here at NTS Trailers, and I got Clint here. We're going to talk about trailers today. What do you need to come to him with? Kind of questions of the trailers you're looking for, and then he can fill you in on what you might need.
Absolutely. Thank y'all for coming in today. We're going to look at some trailers, just kind of some of the basic questions. What do you need to have when you come to a dealership, kind of as far as what you're after, what you need to purchase a trailer, the financing side of things, stuff like that. So we'll kind of go answer some just everyday questions that helps you in your trailer purchase process.
Yeah.
So we're spooled here in Decatur. This is our corporate headquarters. This is our biggest lot, our biggest service facility. We've got 12 service bays, over 400 acres here as far as the dealership, the ranch, the retail store, the arena, everything. So we definitely have a lot of inventory here, from utility trailers to cargos to stock trailers to horse trailers, living quarters, everything. But on these little stock trailers like this, or horse trailers, these are just kind of your basic getting into it, just simple runaround. So these are Deltas.
How long is this trailer here that we're looking at?
So this trailer here is going to be about 14 foot on the floor. This is a 2-horse.
Okay.
So it's a 2-horse Delta. They make these over in Arkansas. They're a very popular trailer for us. They're steel frame, wood floor, very simple trailer. We do them in a 2 and 3-horse bumper pull. We do some goosenecks from them as well, in like a 20 up to a 30-foot stock trailer, or 32-foot, excuse me. And then we've got 12, 14, 16-foot stock bumper pulls too.
So let's what's the difference between your steel trailers like this one and an aluminum trailer?
So the aluminum ones, typically they're going to be more expensive. Just extruded aluminum. Aluminum is going to be more expensive than steel, just as a general rule of thumb. But when we get into an aluminum trailer, weight can be a factor depending on where we get to. Aluminum, just obviously lighter material. Most of the aluminum trailers will have aluminum floors, aluminum skin, aluminum roof. So overall, just a lighter built trailer. And then we can typically start adding more options to them, as far as drop down windows, swing out saddle racks, nicer finished out tack rooms. So there's just, once we get into aluminum, it kind of becomes, options are endless at that point. Steel trailers, there's different options we can do on them, but they're just overall going to be just a more simple, everyday, just kind of hook up and go type trailer that's going to be very budget friendly.
So an aluminum trailer would probably be good for somebody that's just going to haul down the highway mostly.
For sure,
do that kind of stuff.
Most of our living quarters are going to be aluminum, just because when we start putting, living quarters, kitchens, fridges, all that stuff, weight's an issue. So the lighter we can do the trailer, the better. But yeah, as far as going up and down the highway, running back and forth to the vet, and then living quarters, trainers, trailers, all that stuff, aluminum is definitely the route that we go for the majority of those. The little steel trailers, like I said, they're definitely very cost effective. Hook up and go, run to the vet, run back and forth to your play days or your local jackpots. They don't break the bank. They have everything you need to. They're very heavy built, but they're a good option as well.
And they'll take the bouncing around the ranch a little bit better.
And they sure
do a lot of off-road around the ranch, chasing cattle.
Yeah. For our kind of day working, cowboy, punchy type trailers, we have a few. Delta makes some. Big Bend is a huge one that we have here in Decatur. They built down in Fort Davis, Texas, down there on the border, but they do a lot of kind of that day working, bounce through the pasture type trailer. Extremely heavy built. They're all steel. Roller pins on the back for sliding over terraces. They have a clean out up underneath the bottom of the frame to help spray it out. You can do composite floors, the lifetime rubber boards in them. So we start getting into those type trailers in a steel, then there was a lot of options we can do, but they will definitely take the abuse of that everyday cowboy type stuff. So,
okay, on the trailer, is there a spot like to find the VIN number and its weight capacity and stuff like that?
So there usually is. On each brand, it's going to be a little different as far as where that VIN plate's going to be. Most of the time, it's going to be somewhere up here on the front, either on the A-frame, the tongue, or up here somewhere on the nose. Right. So this one, there's a VIN number right here. It says a manufacture date, the GVWR. That's not going to be the empty weight of the trailer. It's going to be what it's rated to carry based on the axle size. So this one's rated for 7,000 pounds. So it's got two 3,500-pound axles on it. Like I said, that's what it's rated to carry based on those axles, right, and the weight of the trailer. On the empty weight, a lot of people look to the VIN plate for it, but nobody really puts empty weight on it. It's usually going to be on the MSO, the statement of origin from the factory, or on the tire.
Right. So you'd have to take it to a scale or something to find the empty weight, and then you could know how many cows or whatever you could put.
Absolutely, based on that.
All right, we're looking at this trailer. It's a 16-foot trailer.
Correct.
And how do they measure that?
So each manufacturer is going to be a little different, but for the most part, as a general of thumb, they're usually going to measure from that tail end back there to here on the flat spot. So this is going to be the floor length. Usually if there's any kind of nose, V-nose, round nose like this one has, they're not going to include that in the floor length of the trailer. It's going to be actually to this floor part, your main usable space here. Okay. So this one's going to be 16 foot from that bar all the way back to the tail end. Then you get just a little bit of space here on that rounded nose, and then your hitch. Most everybody's not going to include the hitch in your length. Same for goosenecks. On our website, what most dealers are going to do is measure on the floor length, and that's what's going to be that goes on the website or goes on the spec sheets. That doesn't usually include the nose. So like on a gooseneck, most of those are going to be 8 foot, and that's going to be from the drop wall to the hitch. You can add 8 foot to whatever that floor length is.
Okay.
So when we're determining overall length, you can usually add about that to the goosenecks, and then depending on how the bumper pull's set up,
right,
usually between 3 to 5 foot there is what you're going to add for the overall.
Okay, so if you're trying to build a little barn or something to store it in to keep it out of the sun, you got to include a little bit of extra.
For sure. And like overall height is another one. A lot of people want to park it under a lean-to, under a carport, or they're building a barn. Hey, how high do I need to do my roll-up doors? So overall height is also something that we usually have people, especially not the bumper pulls, not so much, but a lot of the goosenecks when they have hay pods and generators, stuff like that up top, something we need to know just so you don't get to the house and it's a problem. So
yeah. Okay, so if one of our crew want to come in and buy a trailer from you, how do we start that process, or how would they contact you?
We try to make it as simple as possible for people to reach out to us. We obviously have our website. It's just nationaltrailersource.com. We actually now have 10 websites. So we have our main page, and then we also have 10 locations. Every location has its own website now. That way they can market kind of what's important to their store. We have some locations that they do a lot of black iron cargo. Other locations do more living quarters and horse. Some do stock. So we've tried to tailor it to where each location can kind of market their store based on what their clientele is and what they have there on their lot. But then also just on all of our pages, there's at the bottom right, there's a text or rep. You could reach out to us as far as if you have a trade. There's a value your trade form on the website. Our financing link is on there as far as our finance application to submit for financing. So we try to make it extremely easy for anybody to reach out to us.
Okay.
A lot of the reps here for the company also have Facebook pages now. Every location has its own Facebook page for just that location, same as the websites. But even my page, I have a business page just for me. It allows me to market myself, but also I can do fresh trades, trailer tips, new inventory alerts, stuff like that. And people can follow along to those pages. A lot of our reps have those business pages just for their personal stuff as well. That way we can try to just give people another avenue. Obviously, marketplace, Facebook pages, the different forums, stuff like that. People are always looking, in search of or buy, sell trades. So a lot of us are following those pages, posting on there to try to make it easy for people to find us and see the inventory that we have.
Okay, so you can call, text,
online, email, Instagram, TikTok. I mean, just
Facebook,
about everything.
Okay.
We try to make it as easy as possible to reach out to us, no matter what your needs are, or how you best choose to reach out to us.
Sounds good. Yeah, the last trailer we bought, we didn't even come in here till we were picking it up. It was all bought online, over the phone.
Yep.
You guys made it super easy, and we just brought in a trade and picked up the new one. It was pretty nice.
Perfect. And that's how we try to do it. We try to make it as easy as everybody, as easy as we can. Between texting us, calling us, whatever, our finance application, we can do all that. We've gone to bat with a lot of the banks to allow DocuSigns as far as, because we ship trailers all over the country, 50 states. We've got them in Canada. We've got them in Hawaii. We've got them all these different places. So we try to facilitate that and make it, we understand not everybody can come in just to look or just to sign paperwork, just to fill out an application. So we try to make it easy on all that. As far as value in your trades, pictures in a form, we can get you a trade number. You don't have to pull it in here just for us to look at it. So we try to just coordinate that and make it as seamless as possible from start to finish.
Excellent. So when somebody comes in and buys a trailer from y'all, what's the maintenance on it, or do you have a maintenance schedule that you can put them onto so they can keep their...
We do. So we have a great service facility here in Decatur. All of our locations have some sort of service or parts facility that we can typically coordinate and get you scheduled in. But when you buy a trailer, depending on what kind of trailer it is, obviously there's going to be maintenance that's involved with it. If it's a living quarters, you've got, generator service, you've got all your appliances, winterizing and de-winterizing when it comes time for winter to come around. So it's different things you can do, but as far as just like the actual trailer itself, brakes and bearings, lights, checking your floor out, resealing the roof, things like that. On those bearings, it's, every 12 months or 12,000 miles is when those are recommended to be checked. So it's something our service facility usually gets some people on a schedule. They'll call you or text you, hey, it's been a year since your purchase. It's time for you to schedule your maintenance. So we try to coordinate that and just make it easy on everybody, because we know life's hectic. Things are happening all the time. Usually maintaining your trailer is not necessarily top of the priority list. So we try to just send those reminders out. Hey, it's time. Give us a call. We'll get you scheduled in, get you back on the road.
Okay. And then some of the stuff they can do to help maintain their trailer would be like keeping the floors cleaned out and stuff like that after hauling stock, whether it be horses or cattle.
Yeah, just checking your tires, making sure they're in good shape, make sure the inflation's good on your tires. Like I said, on the brakes and bearings, every 12 months or 12,000 miles, it's recommended to service, or at least come check those in. But yeah, cleaning out the trailer, obviously feces, urine, stuff like that can just start corroding aluminum. It can start rotting out wood, start rusting the trailer. So just cleaning it out after every use, or at least, on a regular basis, just better, more you can take care of it, the longer that trailer's going to last and do what you need it to do.
For sure. It's that easy. Well, thank you for showing us around.
Absolutely.
And how do our Academy members get in touch with you to get a trailer?
So they can stop by anytime. We're open Monday through Saturday, 8 to 5 during the week, and then 8 to 4 on Saturdays here at this lot. We've got 10 locations in 6 states. So wherever you're at, chances are we can get you taken care of at one of our locations. We've got a lot of inventory. You can reach out to us on our website, just nationaltrailersource.com. All of our office lines are on there. My direct line is on there underneath my bio. I've also got a business page, just Clint Martin /National Trailer Source on Facebook. So you can reach out to me, personal message, drop me a DM, whatever you need, but we'll be more than happy to get you taken care of.
It's that easy. Thank you.
Thank y'all for coming in.